What is up, everybody? I'm No Lex Given, back with some more Demon Bluff, and today we are continuing our endless mode streak. We currently are at 10 saves in a row with our highest score of 1,420, and today we are going to continue to blaze it up in endless mode with village number 11. And we've got Lilith with a pair of minions, but then two face-down outcasts as the possibilities here. Let's see what we've got. Enlightened. Closest evil is clockwise, and there's a lot of evil on a 9-card board, so maybe we should start flipping this way. But I'm going to pick up the Slayer here. I should go this way, because these are a little bit more likely to be evil, but this is pretty likely to be good, unless, of course, this is an evil lying and it's paired with another evil right here. Number 6 is good. I'm going to flip that as my final flip. There are a few different characters in a Lilith game that can have their use ability reset, but Slayer is not one of them, I don't believe. So we're going to flip over the medium, who says that 1 is a real enlightened. All right, we'll mark that for now. And the fact that 8 died when the enlightened is pointing away from that does kind of make me think that this enlightened info could also be good from that perspective as well. We do also have a drunk or a doppelganger that we'll have to find. 1 is evil between 6, 9, and 4. Well, 6 and 9 are in a pair with each other, but this could be a drunk pointing at an evil player. Let's flip over 5. Closest evil is clockwise. Now, this is a poet. It's mimicking an enlightened, but this is actually a poet going this way. I really have no thoughts right now. Head empty. And we are only going to get 1 miss on a board like this. But we do also have the Slayer, but the Slayer could be evil. All right, let's flip over 4, even though they're in the Empress information. And this is a second poet who also has Empress information, also pertaining to 6 and 9. Very interesting. So 6 or 9 being evil would satisfy both the Empress or and the poet, and this poet in slot 4 here. Yeah, I mean, we know that 8 isn't evil. Curiouser and curiouser. All right, and then we're going to get 1 final flip here, and that is a third poet and a third enlightened as well that says the closest evil is counterclockwise. Well, both of these enlightens are pointing at this Slayer. That is not great for the Slayer. Let's go ahead and mark this and see if we can solve worlds around that. I mean, my honest thought is, well, we're going to have too many poets here. But, like, there's part of me that wants to say, okay, this is a drunk. There's actually a pretty other clean solution around this, though. But, like, all of this information could be good. Closest evil is clockwise. Well, that we'll have to figure out. Well, you could just be evil. I do still need to put 1 more evil on the board, though, with something like this. And I suppose... Wait, why do I think you're evil? 6 is good. No, you're just good. How did I get into that mess? Oh, I was thinking you could be... Yeah, that kind of makes it all fall apart. I was thinking you could be a drunk and you could be evil, but then that paints this person as evil. So I don't like any of that. I wish there was an undo button to just, like, real quick reset everything. All right. I think there's some other interesting puzzles, like these look like a confirmation, but they could be evil together, except the fact that 6 and 9 are both in this crew. Because if this is clockwise, yeah, you could be covering for this. So you could be corrupted, and then you two could be evil, and that would satisfy this information, and this information would satisfy this information. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. It would satisfy this information as well. And then the Slayer can't be evil. Slayer can't be evil, though. Yeah, there's too many worlds right now where everyone's good. So we need to find some worlds that just contain more evil people. And I do have a bit of a hunch. Both of these can't be evil together. I think it's more likely that both of them are just good. And this is evil and this is evil. I could definitely see something like that. Now, that would make this information wrong or evil. That would make this information wrong or evil. Okay. And then this information could be good. So we could just have a team of 3 evil poets and then a drunk empress. It actually could just be that simple. This is a world that works. We would have to use the Slayer to find the evil team in this scenario. And the Enlightened is simply pointing at the poet. I think the Slayer should probably shoot the poet. Here's another option. You're good. You're drunk. You're evil. Where would that get us? Well, if you're evil, that would mean that the Empress is the closest evil, at which point it's the Empress, the poet. Yeah, that just isn't going to fly because then this information is wrong. So I am leaning towards you being good, evil, and drunk. So if the Slayer finds the demon among these, then that means we know the other 2 are minions. I think Slayer shooting in slot 3 to confirm the Enlightened's information is a really good shot. That's our minion. What doesn't work from that? Well, if this is clockwise, that would have to mean that this medium is evil. In order for this medium to be evil, that would mean... Okay, I think we're gonna find out that that's not possible, but let's go through a world where this medium is evil. That means that this information has to be corrupted in order for both of these 2 to be good, and then this card's also evil, right? But you're pointing towards the next evil being clockwise, so I think that just doesn't work. And I think we're good, and I think it's just evil, corrupted. Oh, you're confirmed good at this point. Yeah, I think it's going to be this first little hunch here, and I think this is going to make us 11 streak. I think we've got a bunch of evil poets. Let's first take a stab at this poet. Yeah, there's Lilith, which now hard confirms 9, 8, and actually even the Empress, who pointed at Lilith, and closest evil is clockwise. Oh, that means this is our drunk? Yeah, I didn't realize in all of that. Empress is actually not even the drunk. She's just good. But because Lilith is here and Lilith has to claim a role, not claim... This could be a drunk. But if this is a drunk, then where could we place another evil? I think the drunk's a free shot. If this was the drunk, that means you'd have to be good. And where would another evil be? Well, it couldn't be right here. Couldn't be right here. Yeah, it's just a team of evil poets. There we go. Goodbye and hello to village number 12. We are increasing the streak here. That's the video. And now we've got Lilith plus minion, then doppelganger, bombardier, and a plague doctor. Start with 1. I just like to start with 1, and 1 is the original baker. We might be seeing a bunch of bakers here. No, we're going to find a druid next. And then we get 1 more flip before Lilith activates. So let's flip this one. There is 1 evil in 7, 4, or 2. And I don't really have too much information for which a druid could be useful. but I think I should use it. Oh, wait, no, Druid also doesn't reset with Lilith. Yeah, because it's concerning with outcasts. I think that's what makes it not reset after a Lilith's death. So 1 is evil, 7, 4, and 2. So we could flip between 7 and 4, and then it will probably kill the other one. Or we could ignore it. There's a reasonable chance that 7, 4, and 2 are all good. Let's ignore it. Flip 6. That's our Bombardier. And 8 is gone. All right. So now we will flip number 6 or 4 is a minion. Well, I've got 6, and you are 4. You could be Lilith, right? Let's see. What if you are lying? If you are lying, both characters in my info are good. So you are basically just pointing at the Bombardier, because you cannot point at yourself even... Oh, no. You just can't. You can't point at yourself. All right. We should use the Druid to check the Bombardier, and if the Druid says no, then we maybe don't trust the Druid. There are no corrupted characters anywhere. So no Plague Doctor, which checks out. No Plague Doctor. We have not seen the Baker pass, so this has to be the Baker, or this was the Baker. Okay, there's the Baker. She was a hunter. I trust that. 6 or 4. We're going to check this Bombardier. We're going to pick 3. And I think we check the Bakers because... Oh, you know what? We could maybe find a doppelganger. That would be kind of interesting to entertain, right? Doppelganger's the other option. There's also kind of like just this option. Yeah, let's find out what is in number 8 potentially. And then we'll check the Empress. There are no outcasts. So corrupted or evil. 2 things pointing at the Bombardier being evil, but that is going to be the last shot that we take for sure. No corrupted characters. Well, that's what's tricky, because if... Okay. I think actually it's not that tricky. I was thinking you could be a liar, and this could be a Plague Doctor. Oh, but there's no outcasts. There's no outcasts, actually. I think it's the Druid then, huh? Huh. 1 is evil, 7, 4, or 2. Well, we know it's not 7, so between 4 and 2, they are both telling me that the Bombardier is evil, but they cannot both be evil. But one of them has to be evil. Or Empress is evil. It could be Empress Bombardier. It could certainly be Empress Bombardier. So, here's the weird thing. If this is Plague Doctor corrupting the Druid, that would make the Druid... That would still be good info. Killing the Druid would still be good info. I feel like killing the Druid it just solves the board in so many ways, because it lets us know if the Empress is pointing at the Oracle or is lying. It lets us know about the Bard if we're talking about corruption here. And if they are just true, then we get to kill the Bombardier. I have to kill the Druid, and that was Lilith. All right, cheap shot. Well, you were going for the Bombardier. That's a cheap shot. So at that point, there is an outcast in this information, and I think use a liar. I think use a liar, except only 1 is evil. Between 2... Oh, no. Oh, no. Between 2, 4, and 7, 1 is evil. And an Empress that is lying has to be pointing at 3 good. So that actually clears the Oracle and the Baker. Wow. And it clears the Empress, actually. Because if the Empress actually points at an evil, then they have to be good. So here's where here's where things are tricky. Lilith was a liar. She was not a real druid. This could be the plague doctor. Bard could be lying. Wait, but I don't care if Bard's lying. Bard could be corrupted. Bard could be corrupted to find no corrupted characters. Which is actually kind of... Wait. Oh, hold on now. I may have gotten a comment about this recently. I think I got a comment about this regarding the Alchemist. But if Bard is corrupted, there would be no other corrupted characters. Now, the fact that it says there are no corrupted characters is kind of a little bit weird with there's no other corrupted. Here's another thing, though. This could be a corrupted baker. But no, I need Bard to be corrupted because I need this to be a plague doctor because you're saying 6 or 4 is a minion. Unless... No. Yeah, I need Bard specifically to be corrupted. Because otherwise, how does this Oracle thing... Am I going crazy? Am I about to lose the streak? 7, 4, and 2 have to be good. This could be a baker, but then what are you doing? Literally, what are you doing? The only way for this information to be wrong is if they're corrupted. If you are corrupted, you could be evil. But then I keep going there. But if the Oracle is corrupted by a plague doctor, that means that the Bombardier's not real. Where this is confusing is Lilith should have told me that this was a Bombardier. Why did she not just say there was a Bombardier? Huh, maybe the druid has like specific ways that it can lie. Empress cannot be evil. Because if the Empress is evil, Lilith would have had to be good. So 2, 4, and 7 contains one evil. Empress is good. Both of these two are just confirmed good at that point. I trust that there's no corrupted characters. So are we simply looking at a face-down doppelganger? Is this just a doppelganger? That solves it. It's very strange that Lilith said no outcast, but I had to have pointed at the second outcast. I'm about to fire at the Bombardier. The only other thing I could see doing is killing the Oracle here just for like, kind of for fun, to be honest, but it would increase... I know the Oracle is good though. So I'd almost rather just like kill the Bard first or something. I might just kill the Bard for fun. I'm so scared of killing the Bombardier. I'm going to kill the Bard and we'll figure it out afterwards. All right, now I'm going to kill the Bombardier. When you are streaking, it's so exhilarating. There you go. You can clip that. But it just makes it so much scarier to, especially a Bombardier, right? But I think I'm sorry, Bard. I'm sorry to kill you. You did nothing wrong. You told me true information. And then I suppose this is just a doppelganger that we never got to learn about. I do think it would have been, potentially impossible to solve if Lilith just came up with a slightly better lie and say, yeah, I saw a Bombardier. Oh, the doppelganger's here and this. But I clicked 3 as well. But I also clicked 3. So this was the doppelganger. This was our other, whatever this was, Empress. So that's really interesting because I just happened to click 3. Like if I had clicked 4, 6, 8, would Lilith have said, yeah, there's a Bombardier there? Or can't really get more information on that, but I will take it either way. And that takes us to Lucky Village number 13, again with Lilith and a pair of minions. All right. Also Dreamer plus Wretch. I just responded to a comment that was talking about Dreamer plus Wretch. And do we have Doppelganger? We do not. So one of these is evil. I don't really like using the wretch to confirm the dreamer. It just feels wrong to me. Something about it just doesn't feel right, because an outcast should be able to or should be throwing other information off. It shouldn't be able to be used to confirm other information, just from like a design perspective, I think. And a moral one, right? I don't want to use that. It just feels a little slimy to me. But we've got a pair of gestures that we should use before Lilith does anything here. We can just check the 3 characters that we have. I don't know if it makes sense for a gesture to check themselves. Let's just go like 7, 8, 9. Why don't we? There is one evil. I believe your information. I believe we're about to get a different piece of information from this jester. 7, 8, 9. You're going to tell me there are no evils. Yeah, I mean, I think you're a liar, and I think you're good, but that's only because of this medium. We could definitely get thrown off by that in the future. So we have 2 groups, and we kind of think there's like 1 evil here, 1 evil here, and then 1 evil here. That's my current assumption. I don't think it really matters. Then I'll flip the dreamer, and we'll lose out on number 9. So we will get to activate these cards one more time even before Lilith strikes again. Wretch. So we could check the dreamer by checking the wretch. I don't know. Ooh, dizzy. What makes somebody dizzy? A plague doctor? And that's it. All right. I'm going to flip one more here. Between 2, 6, and 9. Don't love those numbers. Outcast, minion, and villager. 2, 6, and 9. But we don't have face down outcasts. So that would mean this has to be an outcast. It's possible, but I see a wretch right here. Before I flip, let's dreamer check you. Could be minion. Sure. Let's jester on like 2, 3, 6. 3 evils. How about let's get the real number here. 2, 3, 6. 1 evil. Yeah, that I buy. We've got a dizzy confessor here. All right, let's reset those abilities, and we have a good confessor as well. Well, I like you. Even if, I think, okay, yeah. Even if this is a plague doctor, this is a double claim, and it's a confessor, we don't have any other room for double claims here. That also well, it probably confirms that these and these are good, and probably means the bishop and the jester are evil. I think that's where I've been at this whole time. This information is just so wrong. You got to get out of here. And haven't thought about this too much. 2, 6, and 9. Yeah, I mean, it could be. It could be. Oh, this was also correct. So you are definitely good. I could have checked this, but is that Lilith? Yes. Oh, and I also get another activation out of this. Okay, I got a question for you. How many evils are there between this, this, and this? There are 2 evils, which is a lie. There are 3 evils. You ratted out your own damn team. All right. That is number 13. How we doing on time? I think we can get 1 or 2 more in here, depending on how long they take. Witch plus Lilith. That's a little spooky. We aren't going to be able to flip up the whole board. And then Doppelganger, Plague Doctor, or Bombardier with a 10-card village. 7 or 10 is a 20. Let's look elsewhere. Bombardier already. All right. Plague Doctor already. All right. And a Fortune Teller. Number 8 goes down. We could double check the Oracle's info with the Fortune Teller. Yeah, we'll probably wind up doing that. We will get 1 more Lilith kill, actually. Wow. Wait, we're going to flip 4. Okay, we're going to flip 3 more, and then we're going to get a Lilith kill, and the witch isn't going to matter. So at the very least, the witch part doesn't matter. And you are saying this is a real fortune teller. I like that. I kind of just want to trust it. So we're going to trust it for now. We could Plague Doctor check the medium, but for right now, I'm just going to straight up trust it. 5, 7, or 4. Okay. 1? You think only one of them is evil? I got too many good people on my board right now. That's the problem. 5, 7, or 4. Seems unlikely that they're all good. I think one of them has to be evil. I think it might be 7. Let's see if the... Oh, but killed by the demon cannot be revealed. Huh. I've never actually been able to create a situation before where the demon might have to kill someone on their own team. Now, chances are most of this information is like more poisoned than we'd like to believe. However, you are an outcast in this information. This could be the minion, and this could be the villager. That's where I'm leaning. I think I'm going to check, like... Can you check? You could check yourself. Let's check the Plague Doctor. And 7. And maybe get a 2. Oh, we only get a true. Oh, okay. And I already knew about both of them. Well, we are going to get a reset on the fortune teller in just a moment. Bishop could be lying, and then it's actually the Plague Doctor and not the Bombardier, or they could just be corrupted. But I'm going to flip over 10 right now, and then maybe... No, that did not increase this number. That did not increase this number. Okay, we only have 1 kill that we get to take, but we do have another fortune teller activation. I'm going to have to clear off some of these things here because anything could be possible. You're saying 2 is the real medium. Wait. This is the thumbnail for my previous video. Okay, we do have a doppelganger. Oh, we cannot have a doppelganger. We have a doppelganger plus 2 other outsiders. I just realized this is a medium attempting to point at the real medium. Which actually kind of throws this under the bus. And throws this under the bus too. The only other thing is this could be a doppelganger, and then both of these are evil. If the fortune teller tells me that there is... she would say that there's no evils among these, right? I almost want to pick... I want to wait for the fortune teller and pick somebody that I know is evil. What other info do we have here? 5, 7, 4. Well... There's a problem with that. And then we know it's not 7, because this number didn't go up. And I imagine this number would have gone up. So between 7 and 4, well, yeah, I mean, I guess let's like paint out my world and then see if it makes sense. I think the Plague Doctor's evil. I think that's just the easiest solution. I think that this information is good. It awkwardly points at this being wrong, which means you could be a doppelganger. This fortune teller has to be good in this world because they said that this Plague Doctor was evil. This doesn't quite make sense, but neither does this quite make sense, right? 7 or 10 is a twin minion. So this is a minion. We know it's not Lilith, and I'm assuming one of these 2 is a medium. And this is then... Oh, this can't be a doppelganger. Oh, gosh. All right, well, if this is a doppelganger, then it's also the Bombardier. But that means this information is then wrong. 1 is evil. 5, 7, or 4. One thing I did just realize, I think this is going to be the last puzzle of this video. This one is definitely a little tricky here. A lot of hidden information. Yeah, I've never had Lilith kill 2 things. how could this be a real medium? The only way that this is a real medium, I guess this could be telling the truth in that capacity. This is just the doppelganger, and then both the Bombardier and Plague Doctor are lying. A Plague Doctor will tell us that, like, anyone is corrupted if we point at them. They'll say, yeah, Empress is corrupted, even though that isn't going to make much sense. Yeah. Number 2 is evil. Huh, so now we know number 2 is good. I'm sending this Plague Doctor. Yeah, I did not trust you. Okay, so I'm sure there were other ways that we could have, like, guaranteed logic that out, but I think there were just so many worlds where this was evil. Which now means we actually have some really good information. So that was a pretty good first swing, which is another reason why it was good to take it. One of these is evil. 5, 4, or 7, which means this information is now confirmed good between 9, 7, and 10. There's an outcast, a minion, and a villager, and honestly, this is looking like the minion. This is looking like the outcast doppelganger. They're going to make me kill 2 bombardiers in one video. They do not want me to have this streak. And then the Oracle is lying? Well, this means the Oracle is lying. We did get a true with the Fortune Teller. The Fortune Teller is 100% good and real medium. I trust you. I believe you, which means you probably are the doppelganger. I think we could use the Fortune Teller on this Oracle and the confirmed Empress. True. Goodbye. You almost had me, Lilith, which means that this is confirmed, and that means it's confirmed our outcast, which means goodbye, Bombardier. Hello, 13 streak, or 14 streak even. Nice. Okay, and I do think that that is a good place to cut it for this video. Pretty good runtime, and that will move us on to our 15th village. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. I think we might soon be ready. I don't know. What should my target be? I'm not sure, but I'm still having fun playing Demon Bluff, so I will continue with the content. Right now, I've been doing every other day uploads for Demon Bluff. Subscribe if you want to see more, and leave a like and a comment and that kind of stuff to encourage me to make more Demon Bluff content. I could, like, right now, it's tricky because right now I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. I could bang out another one of these videos, but sometimes I'm like tired and I just like can't record. So I don't think I want to commit to daily Demon Bluff content just yet. But if this video gets, we'll say, if it gets likes, then, maybe we will start to see some more Demon Bluff content in the future. But for today, that is going to be it for me. Thank you guys very much for watching. I'm No Lex Given. Peace.